So I seen on the internet a couple of these ride-ons for sale. This black one here, still got a motor in it, 12 horsepower Briggs and Stratton. I went to twist her and she feels like she's seized. So, and she's missing. She's only good for parts. Don't know what the condition of it's like until I, can turn the motor over. We've got the red one here. She's a complete mower. She's got 12.5 horsepower in her. I did twist her around and turn her. She does turn freely. She's got oil. She has oil in her. Not the cleanest looking oil, it's not the dirtiest though. I just degreased them just then. You can see it's oily shit. And I thought I'd have to film this. This is angle grinder blades. There's spaces. And as you can imagine, typical. They haven't really butchered the wiring on it or anything, which is alright. They've done something with that switch there though. It goes under the seat. They've been pulling around with this. I only brought them for parts. I didn't buy them to do anything. Got them pretty cheap. And I got a diff here with it too, which was in that black one. I've just got it soaked on some degrees at the moment. And that's the only reason I brought it. Myself and the diff that I've got, it's not much good. It's getting on. It's all sloppy. And I thought, well, I'll take the opportunity. I've got a bit of a project. And yeah, they used fencing wire to hold the wheels on instead of putting cotter pins in there. That was nice of them, wasn't it? Very generous of them. I'm sure they've got other shit going on that I haven't seen yet. They never like to bolt nothing down either. They like to leave shit unscrewed. They've budged that up, no. They've budged that shit up. And yeah. One loader soon. Got terminals here, it looks like they're all mangled up. It's got a flat tyre too. I'm just going to jack it up at the moment on the rear here, just to make sure and see if the diff moves in it. And when I do that, I'll bring this back. Appears the diff works alright. That's how they're supposed to work. They don't feel like this. It doesn't feel like it's locked up or anything. I'll see what this is like. Alright, this is the second diff I've got. I just took the screws out of it. Let's lift it off, find out what's going on with this one. Just have to sit this down. I'll just tap this out. Alright, I'll just tap that through. Hopefully we can lift it off in one go. It's holding up here, something's holding it. Might be because I had it in gear too. Oh no, it's getting held up on this. It's got it. Alright. The shit out. Something's been wearing into that. Don't know. Got a bit of wear in there. Can't seem to see why it's locked up though. Maybe this Well, she might be able to be slip, slop, slap her back together. Diff. This is a shim. Take that out. Fucking axle's jammed in it too. It's frozen up in the rust of it. This looks like an O-ring on the end of it to stop dirt shit from getting it. Doesn't look like it's ever been apart, this. No one's been tampering with it. This looks like she's got a bit loose. Now this shim, as you can see when you turn it around, it sits in here on that piece of metal there. Half of it sits on there, another half sits in that case on a shim. I'll try and bring it around just to guide the gear. So what it does, it sits on here like that, on this part of it, and there's another one in the back of it. And she's got a bit of grease and shit in here where that gear, because that gear runs on this. Yep, she's back in position where she belongs. Apart from that, but I think she's just jammed up in that sport gear. I'll just grab a rag, I'll be back. Alright, I've given this determined the vice grips. I've got that moving now. So I've got all this cover back in. I've got all this shit back on. It's all in line, and I'll put it back together. I think this might have been, I'll just lube up the gears. I'll put a bit of silicone around, I'll put that back together, and I'll give her a try and see what she's like. Alright, I've got a brand new plug here. The cap doesn't feel very good either. Something feels strange with the cap. Put it in there now. I'm going to the new plug. I'm going to have to do some geriatric shit because the solenoid's bad. So I'll just use my pliers to crank it over and I'll hold the plug. Got a bad coil. Got no spark. You know. So we'll take the top cover off it and we'll have a look at this coil. That's probably why they want to get rid of it. They couldn't fix it. Hopefully that other motor over there, what they've seized up, or it's got no compression, hopefully that coil will work on this. This is a 12.5, that's a 12 horsepower. E-spine. Alright, I'll grab a socket and we'll come back and we'll take this cover off it. Alright. Unroll it. hopefully it hasn't hit something solid and sheared the keyway or something. I've got a keyway in these flywheels. I don't reckon the coil's just gone bad. Might even have an earthing problem or something, the coil. I'll go through and I'll check the wiring though before I change the coil in. Like two here, we've got one there, one on the other side. This motor looks like a very low EL motor. Definitely does not look like it's done a lot of work. All the wiring that looks good. Don't look like it's been hacked up or anything. Got an earth, which looks good. There's one bolt on that other side. That's going to be a pain in the ass to get. There's 4 bolts here, isn't it? This should just come off. Back in there, keep any crap out of it. When you see a flywheel like that, you can tell it hasn't been going for a fair while. Clean that up. Them pickups, look how filthy that. Even though they're quite rusty, that still wouldn't stop it from sparking though. I'll go and get a proper socket and we'll take this coil. Alright, we'll just undo this coil. I've got the right socket here. And be very careful with these. Don't go, you know, if you take the coil off them, just be very careful with these bolts. And if you strip them or bust them off, you won't be able to mount your coil back on there. So, just give you a warning. says it's 4.78. Now Briggs and Stratton say that this coil's in spec, which means there's nothing wrong with it. So the problem must persist. That, and I think we'll be checking the wiring, because it seems to be this coil seems to be alright. Now it's very common for people to say, oh, it's a coil, and they go and buy one, they go to put it in, and it's not that. So this is where you got to do some testing, so you don't waste your money. So what I'll do is I'll set this up over there and I'll bring this back. I was just thinking too that when I was taking that multimeter back, when I was looking at that coil, and I was just thinking to myself, well, it's probably got no spark, and I was thinking to myself just then, it's probably one of these stupid stafey switches on the pedal or something that's playing up, and that's probably what's killing it, what's killed the spark. I bet you that's what it is. They probably couldn't work it out while it wasn't going. Give that pickup a clean. That's just a bit of WD-40 on that. Good enough for me. The connection for the earth, I think it was just the plug on the side of it that was just pushed in too tight. Alright, I'll put that on there. It's back on. Now what I'll do is get me screws. And I'll get a small business card or something for it, and we'll set this air gap on the coil. Alright, just jam the shitty business card in there, turn the flywheel around, push the coil up into it, like that. And tighten it down. I'm going to go tighten up too much. Then pull your business card out, and that's your air gap set. Well, next thing is to start looking for these switches. Alright, we've got the coil back on here, and this spark plug cap just seems a bit dicky. What I'll do is It's nice and clean in here. Oops. Don't want to knock his over. Put that new spark plug in there. We can actually see it properly now. Just stick it there. See at the front. We've got one switch here. We've got one on the blades. Got one switch down here on the blade. Which seems alright. We've got one on this foot pedal too. It's sticky. And we've got one on the seat. Definitely got a dicky switch. Let's crank it for spark. They say the coil's in spec, but I've checked it and it's in spec, but all the wiring's good. There's nothing else that could be causing it. It's got a dicky starter solenoid, which won't engage the starter motor when you go to hit the key. But that's it. The sensors and all that'll work, and so nothing's killing the spark on it. I will go over and check the wire quickly, just to be, 100% certain. But what I can gather is that it dodged heaps of shit up on it. You got over here. I'll show you. I'm talking about. You got this shit here. They lose shit out of it, they just put pieces of wire, twist it on here. That's one problem I can see already, what I found. Same as the wheels, they do the same shit with the wheels on it. Just put wire in it, don't worry about fixing shit properly. And then inside it, the bearings are obviously rooted in the wheels, so let's put angle grind discs in the wheels. Make them shims. Isn't that a great idea? Don't worry about buying some bearings. Just put grinding discs in there. And yeah, I suppose I gather lucky. I didn't pay jack shit for these mowers, for the both of them, and only really brought it for the rear end because I got another one of these. And my rear end's not much good, but I think I'm just going to get this one going and sell the shit off. I don't like these mowers, they got shit diffs in them. This diff here might be alright, it's a little bit later model design. Thought I'd just do one more test on it before I pack it away. I took the earth wire off it and I've cranked her and she's got spark. So you better see this too. Just hold her in there nice and close. You probably have to look, where is the here we go. So I'd say she's got an earth problem. Oh shit, watch what I'm doing here. Got spark, alright. I'd say we try and start her, so I reckon. See what she does. that earth wire, the kill switch that goes on the coil, that like I'm not a person that normally just goes and buys shit. I like to test it. When I was a lot younger I used to buy some stuff, but here's what's wrong with it. Just leave that earth wire off it. Right, we'll give it some choke. Let's crank her, see what happens. Carby's probably going to have to be cleaned out on it, but we're going to try. Yeah, it's a job for tomorrow. Clean the carby out of it. Alright, I've got the, I had this other solenoid on there and it wouldn't work, so I've swapped them over, cut all that bullshit out so you don't have to watch me change it again. Now, we're going to test this one. This is off a known mower. And I'm just going to hold the brake pedal in. And we'll see if she goes up 12 volts. Yep. So it's good. Alright, we're going to take this carby off. It's filthy. Needs a clean. The right socket for it. That one seems to be it. Extension. And I'm going to pair of pliers. Just to get this fuel hose off. Fuel hose doesn't look very good either. Looks very old. We'll just pop that off. Probably going to need a screwdriver. Was old. Just let that run out. Get this over ready. One hand. Doesn't smell the best, I guess. Right, so we got a rag here. Unbolt this. Sockets there. It's 11 mil. This is the nuts down here so I don't lose them. pull the air intake off. Oil's just dripping out of that. Probably because I've had it up on the side, it's full of oil. I've had this thing laid over because I've been working on it. They had some rubber on the motor mounts. I don't know why. And I've took that off, and that was restricting the spark in it. It had a bad solenoid in it as well, and it had no battery. So I found out that the earth wire on the coil that kills it, it's actually caused the problem, and also on the engine, the 4 bolts on the engine that bolts it to the frame is causing issues too. So, and the Carby's an issue as well. Might have to take it off here. It's not 11 mil that. Must be 10 mil. So what is that? It's a 10, it's still sloppy on it. Might be a 9, that. Gonna be one of them odd sizes. Don't want to go tearing up the gasket on here either. Greasy thing, oily. One bolt in. I'll be able to get that one in my hand. I want to be pretty carefully. I don't want to go bending any of this stuff up. What we'll do is just pop that bottom one out. This one here. This come out. The bloody spring in here. Putting pressure on it too. That's it. Lower it down. Righto. The spring's still hooked on here though. Down on this spring. The governor. Right. That's it. I'd say that's why it's not starting. Full of shit. So what we'll do is take these over here to the small workbench I got, and get it set up, and we'll take the bottom of this Carby out and we'll clean it. Alright, now we can see someone's already been in here because they had to strip the screws a bit. You know, that's pretty standard. So someone's definitely had the base off it. So what I like to do is get yourself some Carby cleaner before you even take it off, anything, and just spray some in the nick of it. Right. next thing we'll do is I'll get a clean rag. And what I'll do is I'll sit it over here. Pretty greasy. And how they strip these screws, they don't even use the right screwdriver. So what you got to do is get a screwdriver that fits in this bowl tight. Let's tighten that one. This one might be a bit of a challenge because it's already wobbled out a bit. Yep. They've already mangled it a fair bit. So we'll try to flatten it. Make sure when you go to put your screwdriver in there, put a lot of pressure on it too. Otherwise, if you strip these screws, there's no use reusing this stuff. It's had it. And keep it upside down too, like this. The Carby, when you go to pull it out, we'll see what they've been up to in here. Careful not to try and damage the gasket. The bowl's got a bit of stuff in it. Not too bad actually. Pretty clean. Take the needle and seed out of it. Alright, I'm going to get not too bad actually. I just think it had a bit of oil in it. Got a bit of oil in it. That's it. I'll get some Carby cleaner and I'll blast that through there. A straw I need for it. Alright, got a straw. Now keep it away from your eyes and that. Got another hole in here. I'll poke this into. Just don't put your eyes around it. That's where the fuel comes in. Make sure when you're spraying the Carby cleaner, have a pair of glasses on so it doesn't shoot in your eyes. And always keep it away from you too. So when you stick it in there, keep it back, because it likes to spray back out at you. That's good. The needle seat's nice and clean too. I can give that a little bit of a go. Oops. Right. Carefully sit it in there. Get your pen and just pop it in back through there like that. And also get your Carby cleaner after you handled it and you crap on your hands. Keep away from your eyes too, and then that crap get in your eyes. That's it. The bowl looks pretty good. It's got a tiny little bit of rust in it, but that's alright. Seemed like to me something else was in here. Probably thinking it was a. And make sure you be careful that gasket on the bottom too. It's a nicky Carby, this one. Tighten the screws back up. Because the screw's already been butched a little bit, I'll just a little bit more. This is only pot metal too, so be very careful with it, you don't strip them. Right, inside it's pretty clean. In the back of it now is good because we put some Carby cleaner and cleaned it all out. This will be good to go back on it. A little bit of crap on here. Got to be careful, these they're only foam, they're like little bushings. Just be careful of that. Alright, and I'll bring this back over and we'll get it set up and put it back on. Alright, the next step is to put all this crap back on. So we bring it round here. Might hook that other smaller spring up secondly. Hook that up. That bloody small. This other one here. Put that up. Put our bolts back into the manifold. That's the first one. Second one in the bottom. Alright, now, where's our socket? The extension bar, just support the Carby. What I'm saying is support it so it makes it easy to do up. Without dropping all your stuff, of course. To go doing this stuff up tight on. This is only a plastic manifold and it doesn't have a gasket, it's an O-ring on it. And you didn't see me, but I just sprayed this, no sorry, I sprayed this out with Carby cleaner to flush all the oil out of it, so it's nice and clean in there. That moisture in there, what you see, it's only Carby cleaner. Right, so we've got that mounted up properly. We've got the throttle bulb back on there. That's choke. That's choke. And this is just the governor. Because when you go to turn, Seems to work alright. Yeah. I don't know if someone's been playing around with this throttle. That's why, because it pushes, it's supposed to push it up and you go to accelerate. Now what I'm thinking is maybe they had that off. Or that piece is bent. That piece is bent. No, I've been checking that out though. That's for sure. Rightio, we put our air attachment on here. The air cleaner, which goes on the back. And we've got that oily hose. I think they're 11mm nuts, these. 2 11mm nuts that go on the back here. Sometimes when they're a tight spot, it makes life easy when you put in that socket. Yeah, I think that we might find a throttle problem here. Might have to move it up to the next one, or the throttle linkage might be bent too. But I'm pretty sure that when they took this Carby, I think it was a Carby problem. I don't think they realised it was actually the earth wire on the coil that was causing earth out. If it's got a faulty ignition or what, but I've spent a bit of time on it, and I found straight away. So if any use out there, they've got a ride-on mower, then you think it's got a bad coil, take that bloody earth wire off and check the spark plug, because that you'll be ending up buying a new coil and it's not the coil. So check that out. No one likes buying all this new crap when you don't need it. Alright, she's nice and done. Now we'll drain the fuel. Just let that run out in the ground. It'll evaporate. There's only a tiny little bit in it, probably only about 100 mils or something. I need to put new gas in it anyway. Only a little bit left in there. Right. So now the fuel's empty. We'll grab the fuel line. We'll put that fuel line back on here. Put that clamp back on here too. Just need a pair of pliers. A pair of angled nose pliers would be good for this too. Just pull that clamp back around here. Right, it's back on there. I'll grab some gas and I'll throw that in the tank, and I'll get a jump starter pack. And once I put some gas in it and I'll get the jump starter pack, I'll bring this back and we'll try and start it. Alright, we'll give her a crank. I've got gas in it. Give it full choke, the fuel's on. Let's turn the jump starter on. Right, jump starter's good to go. We've got full carbon deck down, we don't need that. That's not engaged. It's in neutral. There we go. Let's crank her. Give her half throttle. Puffing out the exhaust here like she wants to go. Doesn't smell gassy though. Do is a little bit of fuel and I'll stick down the spark plug on. I'll do. I'll just grab a bit of fuel and I'll take the plug out. Alright, I'll just put this plug in. Coming out a little bit oily because she's been in that carb in that. That's probably why it's doing what it's doing. Just crank her over like that. Yep, she's got plenty of oil in her. It's got in the air cleaner. Probably just went all over the camera. What I'll do is I'll just stick that rag there. Give her a crank. The rag will catch it so when it gets sprayed in oil. Smells nice, doesn't it? I don't think she was going to fire with that oil in it. That's for sure. Just turn that jump starter pack off. What I might do is give it a shot at. Give her a shot of gas in there. She's going to smoke a bit when she starts up. Just a small little bit of gas. We'll go over here. Right. Better get me plug of rinse off in it too. Because they will not go to these Mowers and that if they're oiled up, the plugs. Obviously this is a brand new plug I put in it. Brand spanking new. Just wash that off then. So, and got good spark because I already checked that. And the oil was in it, it come from the Carby. I had it laying over beside the breathe that comes out of the crankcase. It was in it. That's why there was oil in it. I had this thing laid over on both sides. The oil's got into it, run into the breathe when I've been cranking it. It's got in the motor. Won't be no big deal though. We'll get her out. Just wind this one back up. Right, now we'll try and start. Turn the booster box on. We need that. I'll have to take that plug back out. She had a bit of oil. She was wanting to go over here. I might just get a bit of fuel. Just squirt in the Carby. Just a little bit. See what that does. Might have to take the plug back out. Plug out of it. Check it out, see what it's doing.